Hey, hi, welcome in everyone. Looks like we got a few in here already. Welcome in. Let's have a cup of coffee. A large family homestead, welcome. Duncan family homestead, welcome in. I'm sorry I'm just a couple of minutes late getting started. Just been kind of one of those days. Not a lot of productivity, but I sat down to cool off after working outside and woke up just a few minutes ago, really, long enough to watch a couple custom chicken coops on YouTube and get in here and get set up. So Dina has been a little bit under the weather and she's not going to be joining us tonight. So what? Hey, Teresa Jukowitz, welcome in. Rebecca Touched by Yarn, welcome in. How is everyone doing? Please don't forget to go by and click the thumbs up. I'm trying to get in there now so I can monitor the chat a little bit better on my phone. Butler family, how are you, Jerry? Welcome in. Glad you guys are here. Teresa's some kind of icons on Teresa there. Let me see if I can see it better on my on my phone here, Teresa. I can't tell what the icon is. Okay, I'm live. Oh, it's a waving hand. Yeah. Hey, Teresa, welcome. Got 7 people in here. Hey, Scotty, welcome in. Kind of got some bad news. This heat has been absolutely brutal. We're getting by. Just had a rainstorm run. More we could use. We had a little bit of rain here Thursday, barely got the ground wet. We could definitely use some rain. Hi, Smiley Matthews. Hope you're feeling better. I hope Let's Have a Cup of Coffee's feeling better. We did a little honey. I hope that was just on my side. I'm freezing up, y'all. How am I doing? You guys, okay. Is my sound and picture, am I okay? I look like I froze up there a second. So hopefully not. But anyway, Let's Have a Cup of Coffee was helping me. We're moving some hives. And he got stung a few times, I think 3 to 6 times on his ankle. Man, that dude is huge. Clyde's ankle swelled up bad. Hey, welcome in Red Dirt Rooster Road. So anyway, I know he's had his foot up and on Benadryl most of the day and yesterday too. It's just been kind of a long, hot weekend. This weather, it's 107 degrees here today. 107 degrees with a feels like of 113 at the peak of the day. Butler Jerry said he worked his bees today as well. Hey, the heat is just terrible, man. It now shows, and I don't think if I've seen this before, I hadn't seen it often. It now shows that it's still 107 degrees, and I'm looking at AccuWeather, but it shows the feels like is 105. So it's cooler on the feels like at 107 degrees. It is, I guess, just the angle of the sun. Just not much going on outside in 107 degrees. We got out this morning. I keep trying to dust my chest off because there's a spot on the computer that made it look like I had something on my shirt, y'all. Got out this morning before church and I had lost 4 of my American breast chicks, the older chicks. We did not attempt our bees due to the heat, worked fencing instead. Anything in this heat, oh my gosh, I know it's Monty and Michelle. It took me a little bit there. I'm sorry. My brain ain't even working well. Monty and Michelle in this heat. Yeah, I know y'all are in Oklahoma. Y'all not all that far from us. golly, working fencing in this. I hope you got out really early. So that was Friday evening when we done the bees. We put a beehive net around them hives, but one of my bottom boards it's messed up. I'm guessing, I haven't got a real good look at it, but it's messed up because all the bees were under that board. A lot, not all of them. This hive's got a massive amount of bees in it, but there were a lot of bees under it. And I know the hive's not overcrowded because I just put another top box on it. What, a month and a half ago? Let's have a cup of coffee. Clyde and I and Stacy and Dina all did that together. So I know it's not overcrowded. We've been watching that top hive, and they're building out and drawing out the cone, but they have not, or the top box, not the top hive. The top box on this hive, they're drawing the cone and everything out, but it is not over full. So I don't know why, other than maybe the heat, that these bees are on the bottom. I'm figuring that maybe there's a hole in the bottom screen because I got a screen bottom board, and I'm going to replace that when we bring these hives home. So we moved these two hives, and the reason is, if y'all hadn't seen the video where I get attacked by the bees on the lawnmower, well, they're just too close to the front of the house, and so we moved them to Let's Have a Cup of Coffee's farm. We're going to leave them over. Hey, Lori, welcome in. Good evening. We moved them over to Let's Have a Cup of Coffee's farm. We're going to leave them there a couple of weeks and then bring them back to the new location on our farm. If you don't do that, they're used to where they were, and the back of my farm versus the front of my farm is not a far enough move, so it would cause major problems with the hive if we just moved them from one part of my farm to the other part of my farm. This way, we take them to Let's Have a Cup of Coffee's farm for a couple of weeks. They're too far to fly home and get confused about location, and then when we bring them back to our farm, we can put them in the spot we want them, and we should be golden. What else is going on, everyone? Looks like I think I've kept up with everybody that's popping in. Scotty, where's Karen at tonight? Lori, Lone Cross, Rebecca, large family. Man, I'm really glad y'all are in here. There's Farm to Table Direct. I don't know if we got Keith or Ryan, but we got one of them. So welcome in, you guys. And if you're just getting with us, that Dina's not feeling super good, and so she's been sleeping most of the afternoon. There's Butler family, Teresa Jukowitz. Let's Have a Cup of Coffee. Smiley Matthews in here. Duncan Family Farms in here. So anyway, Dina's not feeling good, and so it's just going to be me. I'm a solo guy for this run. If you guys would put any prayer request in the comments, I'll try to keep up with that. By myself, it may not be as easy because usually I'm the motor mouth and Dina's taking notes behind the scenes. But I will. And here's the deal. Even if I miss any of y'all's prayer requests, sorry, my hands are busy tonight. Hey, Clyde's working on some fishing reels, I think. Unless he started another project, he's cleaning up a bunch of old fishing reels and stuff. Or Let's Have a Cup of Coffee. I'm calling him Clyde. Clyde's his name. So even if I don't get your prayer requests written down and mention them in this prayer at the close of this live, God knows who it is. God ain't gonna miss. He'll know who's mentioned, and I'm gonna put down Clyde and Stacy. And Dina to start. And then I'm going to put down a friend of mine passed away last week and went to his funeral Friday. It's a crazy deal. Put his family down. Not worried about him. His name is Lloyd Epperson. He is in heaven with God, our Father and Creator, and I know he's way better off, no more illnesses, and he's celebrating. Hey, Ryan, welcome. Hopefully Keith will be in shortly. Good. So we got Ryan with the Farm to Table Direct show. Anyway, God knows who we're praying about. God knows what's going on. A couple of things to get out of the way here. The Oklahoma, not to get out of the way, I just want to make sure I mention them. Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous. So, Ryan, do you guys have an interview this week? If so, put it in the comment and I'll try to promote that. Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous. Smiley, I got you with Joe. That's right. Joe Matthews. Excuse me. So we got Rebecca's family with Rebecca Touched by Yarn. I'm going to lift Rebecca up too and put her in prayer request. Just now learning how to spell Rebecca your way, Rebecca, because our daughter-in-law's name is Rebecca and it's spelled different. Farm to Table, I need to get some coffee. Will you have some for sale at Ozark? Ryan, I'll let you answer that. I don't know. That's Duncan family's asking if y'all will have some coffee for sale at the Ozark homesteading event. I don't know the exact name. I got prayer requests here again. Okay, now the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous, February the 27th and 28th. It is, I don't want to knock another event. I'm not knocking another event because the other event is a fantastic event and I have enjoyed it every time I've been there every one of them they've had. But golly, the lineup for this thing sounds like it's going to be the best one I've ever been to. I mean, there's so much going on, and I'll pull that up in a little bit and run through that. I think I did that last week too. Hey, Joyfield Janae, welcome in. Our scheduled interview is not happening, so we are doing a show talking about the parallel economy. Since I am speaking at the rendezvous, we are covering our topics. Well, that's awesome. That ought to be well worth watching. Got a couple more numbers showing up in there. Y'all tell us who you are and how are you doing. Good evening. Good evening, Jack. I think that's what Joyfield Janae's saying. Hi, Joyfield Janae. Lots of people talking back and forth together. So, Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up, guys. And it's awesome. The lineup of topics, not to mention the speakers. And it is going to be a very busy 2 days. So here we go. Now I'm not going to try to, you can get this. I'm sure that Chris Thompson will have this. Chris and Dodge will have a schedule and maybe a location map or something for you to find each one of these. So these are just the topics that we're going to be. Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous. This is homeschooling, foraging, quail processing, intro to herbal remedies, profit on meat goats, various goat-related topics, cattle, freeze drying. I wonder who's doing that one. Chicken processing. Also, I wonder who's doing that one. Sourdough 101. I love sourdough. Sourdough is another way of preserving food, by the way. Agriculture and beekeeping, permaculture and ducks, canning 101, money saving tips on the homestead, outside the box to diversify your homestead income, land and financing. Make sure I ain't missing something. I'm listening, Jack, just not chatting much. No problem, Jerry. No problem. We understand. Let's see. Land and financing, geese and their contribution to homestead, the homestead ecosystem, rainwater catchment, farm to market in detail, rules, regulations, social media, artificial insemination in milk cows for small operations, intro to vermicomposting, aquaponics technology, solar, pig castration, homestead stuff, sewing, woodworking. So, guys, I know how, and and there's still some open spots. I don't know. I haven't gone through and compared the amount of different presentations. I know they're going to have 3 spots, 3 locations where there's going to be a speaker or a teacher or a workshop going on all day, both days. That's a Friday and Saturday, 27, 28. That is a lot. That is a lot. Now, I will tell you that I'm doing both of mine, the freeze drying and the chicken processing, both days. So if you got some conflict in schedule, you want to see this and you want to see that, and they're running the same time, maybe they'll be split up. And I haven't looked through it that close, but they'll be split up between days. You can catch me one day and whatever else you was wanting the next day, or vice versa. Catch whatever it was you wanted, and then maybe catch me. Hopefully some of you guys will be there and shake some hands and hug some necks and meet some people. Large family says, thanks, Joyfield Janae. Let's see, get some Joyfield. Joyfield's dropping links, y'all, and I appreciate that. Janae, you're always such a great mod. Do a great job. What we like about the rendezvous is it is giving a lot of channels, people, let me hang on. I'm trying to read it and it's scrolling. So let me pop it up here. What we like about the rendezvous is it is giving a lot of channels, the people that may not get to the opportunity to present or speak at some other events out there. Now, yeah, I've never spoken at another event. I've done a lot of public speaking from a whole nother life ago. It seems like it's been 10 years ago since I've done that kind of stuff. But I used to do a whole bunch. Hey, Karen, welcome in Flash Ministries. I have done a lot of public speaking, teaching. It was in the private sector, not in the public sector like this, but it's still a lot of similarities, a lot of large crowds. I've done some speaking at churches and things like that, but this probably the first event. Well, not probably. This is the first event of this type that I've ever spoke at or taught at. And we've done the chicken processing workshops here on our farm for a couple of years now, so we know how that's going to go. I got a lot more preparation to get ready to go. I got a few little, Jack, is that in August or in September? It is September the 27th and 28th, Jerry. McAllister, Oklahoma, Southeastern Expo Center, right? It's right west out of McAllister on Highway 1, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Hope Dina is feeling better. Praying for her. Thank you, Karen. We appreciate that. Hi, Lori. Oh, they're saying hi to each other. Okay. So I've got a lot of preparation left to do. Like I'm still writing my presentation for the freeze drying, and Ryan and Keith interviewed me several weeks ago now, Dina and I, about our freeze drying presentation and what we're going to, presentation and what it's going to detail. And I have a lot of that in my head, but I'm just putting it all together on a PowerPoint so I can, put some slides up. I have never been, I just hate to sit in a class or a presentation of any kind where the guy just reads the PowerPoint. The guy or the girl or whoever it is just reads the information on their PowerPoints. I hate that I'm that way, but I can read the PowerPoint for myself. Put a PowerPoint up that gives you talking points and then talk to those points from your experience and your education, not read the PowerPoint. That's my hope, that I give you a good presentation in that way. That's awesome, Dina and Jack. Freeze drying presentation will be amazing. I think so. It's going to talk about the process of freeze drying and what they call sublimation, and then it's going to talk about freeze drying compared to other forms of preservation, like I mentioned a while ago. And now I forget what it was that popped up a while ago that was another form of preservation somebody was talking about in the chat. And I'm not going to spend a long time looking back. But anyway, it's in the chat, something about it. But talking about canning, both pressure canning. Is the cost to get in? Yes, Jerry, it's $10 for adults. Super minimal cost for what this is. $10. Just let me give you a comparison. It was $40 this year to get into the Okie Homesteading Expo. Now, don't get me wrong. The Okie Homesteading Expo was worth every dime of that $40. You're going to get well worth your money out of this. I think it's going to be fantastic. The value to dollar around the homesteading community. But like I said, it's just going to be great. Lots and lots and lots of information. I got sidetracked there. I got scrolling going on the screen that I can't read very good, and scrolling on my phone out of the other eye, and I'm juggling. It's what it feels like. But anyway, Jerry, it's a very low cost, very good. And that was part of what Chris and Dodge wanted to do. They're the ones putting it on. Chris and Dodge Thompson. They put it on. So I have priced events nationally, and they regularly run over $100 per person. Yes, you're right. We have announced that we're attempting to put together a expo for south central Oklahoma. It's going to happen in Duncan, Oklahoma. And I don't think we're going to be able to keep our event at $10. But Chris she's doing it right. Got the wrong one there. Super minimal suite, only 10. Y'all, well worth all the value and homesteading, farmsteading part of what Chris Thompson wanted to do. Awesome, y'all. Her goal, Chris and Dodge's goal from the get-go, was not to line their pockets. It's to help distribute this information across a broad gamut of people. They want people to know there's so much interest, and there's just so much you can learn on YouTube YouTube University is awesome. It really is. I learned a lot on YouTube University. That's what I call it when I go look up something I want to know off of YouTube. But a personal like my chicken processing, to do that in person. Let me just run through what's going to happen. Let me read this right quick from Butler. That is way better than one going on in Missouri. It is 50 here. Yeah, it is. It's incredible, Jerry, and it's not that bad a drive if I understand exactly where you guys are to McAllister. McAllister's, I would call it east central Oklahoma. We would be glad to help out with your event you put on in Duncan. And I've got a set of dates right now in my mind. We're going to have to let me find my mouse here. We're going to have to really get it in gear or reset the dates. So we have learned a lot from YouTube University too. Love that name. I stole that from somebody else. I didn't come up with the YouTube University. So 3 hours, that's closer than the Okie Homesteading Expo is to us. We drive over 4 hours to Pryor for the Okie Homesteading Expo. So I've got some more preparation to do, but I'm going to build a new, gosh, y'all, I want to keep this YouTube friendly. I'm going to build a new chicken retirement wall. What I mean by retirement is, yeah, we're going to retire those chickens. But I've got the cones that you put them in, and I want to build a new wall so that it's a little more better presented. Let me put it that way. Farm to Table says, I don't want to pick on any pricing of these events. It costs a bunch to put these on. For example, the Southwest Expo costs $4,500 to rent for the facility, $500 for the insurance. Yeah, you're exactly right, Ryan. The Stevens County Fairgrounds that we're proposing our event to be at in Duncan, Oklahoma, is higher than that. And our keynote speaker that we have slated right now is 3 times what we're paying for the facility. So, and I'm not saying he's going to be the keynote speaker. It may be worse. Worse. I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe a different keynote speaker because we haven't paid a retainer to keep him yet. A lot going on in the chat. Those hens just have to go to freezer camp. Yes, I'm not specifically going to be hens. Hopefully it's a roosters. We're between our farm and Let's Have a Cup of Coffee and Smiley Matthews farm. We've got several excess roosters. So anyway, back to my retirement wall, I'm calling it. I want to, hey, Let's Trade Paint, welcome in. We're talking about the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous and my chicken processing workshop that I'm going to be doing at this event. Let's see. Hey, y'all, got to go, but we will replay the rest later. Hey, Large Family, thank you for joining us. We're glad you did come in. Glad to see you. I think that's Joyfield telling them bye. It is. Let's Trade Paint says hello, everyone. I'm not sure Let's Trade Paint doesn't need some glasses if he's calling me beautiful people. But anyway, I want people to see, and this is how I learn best, and YouTube University is a great way to do it, but I want people to get their hands on this chicken, whether it's a rooster or hen, whichever, and process each part, because there's different steps to the whole process. I want them to do it all, and at the end of the day, I want them to take the chicken home with them. They're going to have good, fresh, wholesome chicken, not store-bought, not loaded with antibiotics. Matter of fact, it will not have any antibiotics in it. Now, Will this be the best chicken they ever ate? No. These chickens, these roosters we're bringing are not ideal meat chickens. They may be a little closer suited to maybe broth chickens or baked or something along those lines where it really tenderizes it, because they're going to be roosters. They're just extra roosters. And I looked at buying some Cornish cross, and I had to buy way too many as a minimum to have them ready. And then I started telling y'all earlier, we lost 4 chickens overnight or yesterday, actually 5 now that I know, to the heat. And the Cornish cross is even worse in the heat than what I've got on my farm now. So I'm glad I didn't buy the Cornish cross. Anyway, a person coming to, now I'm not going to be able to let everybody that comes to my chicken processing have their own chicken, but those that want, everybody that can. What are you saying, Stacy? Janae, I do not put out content. Oh, it's talking about Lori. No reason to put a link in for me, but thanks anyway. Smiley, what are you talking about? Loaded with grasshoppers. We are loaded with grasshoppers. We are definitely loaded with grasshoppers. Thank you, Joyfield Janae, for that. Hey, Jenny Lynn Esperanza, good evening. I hope I didn't butcher that too bad. Jenny Lynn Esperanza. Now, I have a restaurant in town named Esperanza, and it's really, really good food. So I think I got the Esperanza right. But yeah, Jenny Lynn Esperanza, welcome in. So it's my hope that everybody that wants to put hands on gets at least one part of the station. But I want everybody that can to, let's say, somebody gets to scald and somebody gets to retire the chicken on the retirement wall that I'm talking about. Actually, I got that backwards. You retire the chicken and then the roosters, no antibiotics. Yes, plenty of grasshoppers, no antibiotics. That's right, Stacy, you're right. Some of those roosters are going to come from their farm. And after you retire the chicken, then you scald the chicken, then you pluck the chicken, then you eviscerate the chicken, and you clean it up and you harvest and I want to show everybody the edible parts that a lot of people don't know to keep, like chicken feet. How many of you guys keep chicken feet? How many of you guys have ever used chicken feet? Well, let me tell you, the chicken feet make the best collagen-rich bone broth that you can get. It doesn't get any better. And that's the feet. And people say chicken feet are nasty. Well, I'm going to show you in this presentation where they're not. I'm going to show you why they're not. And it's hands-on. It's actually a workshop, not just hands-on present, not just a hands present. Let me spit this out. Hi, Andale Homestead. Welcome in. I'm sorry I missed y'all's live this week. It's been kind of a different week for me at work. Whole nother topic. Good evening, Simple Acres Homestead. Welcome in. We're talking about the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous. And anyway, I'm excited about doing the workshop. I'm excited about doing the freeze-dried presentation. But mostly I'm excited for what this event is offering people. All those topics I just went through that we know of so far, and more to come, I believe. Not to mention, there's going to be food trucks there, and I know one of my favorite food trucks is going to be there. And right now it just left me, the name of it. Well, good gravy. Anyway, food trucks, there's going to be vendors. We're going to have our freeze-dried candy in there. I know some friends of ours from church is going to have macrame right beside us. I think we're going to be right beside each other. Just all kinds of handmade stuff. I have not seen a list of the vendors. but I bet it's really, really good. I bet they have a lot, because she's not only keeping the gate prices down, she's keeping the vendor costs down. All of that stuff is down. And if you've ever got into that, like we did that Simple Jan homestead. Is Simple Jan in here? I didn't see Simple Jan. Simply Jan homestead, if you're in here, welcome in, Jan. I just see where Let's Trade Paint said something to you. I didn't see you. Sorry about that. I'm talking and trying to scroll the chat too. But that's what's so exciting. All the homemade soaps, and you want to know, we will have our coffee on site, fresh brewed. There you go. Whoever that was asking earlier, Duncan family, I think, was talking about do y'all want coffee, or was y'all gonna have coffee available? Welcome in, y'all. Thanks joining. And Dale, if y'all see a channel in this chat that you're not familiar with, check them out. Go check those channels out. This is our community, and we love this community, and the way this community thrives on YouTube specifically is because of the support we show each other, and that's important. Clyde showing he likes the thumbs up for the coffee there. Ryan, you're saying that you'll have your coffee on site and fresh brewed. Now, I don't know if you're talking about the Oklahoma Rendezvous or the Ozark thing coming. Let's see. Let's Trade Paint said, no, we put 32 in freezer camp at her place. Oh, at Jan's place. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know how many I'm going to be able to bring. I've still got some of that stuff I've got to do to get ready. I've got to build some pens. I've got them built, but I've got to reinforce some of them, some cages, to bring the chickens, because we're bringing from their Let's Have a Cup of Coffee's farm and from our farm. Whoops, I'm getting button happy here. Do you guys make your own coffee? I do, but I don't have no videos of it, y'all. That's something I ought to do a video on, is roasting my own coffee. And I know y'all are talking, I can't even read nothing without those glasses on, but my eyes are bothering me. Jenny Lynn, I know you're talking to the Farm to Table Direct show. You're talking to Ryan and Keith. I don't know if Keith ever made it in, but anyway, I know you're talking to them about their coffee. But if y'all ever thought about roasting your own, Dina bought me a coffee roaster several years ago. I need to drag that out and do some coffee roasting. We buy the green beans. It's a lot cheaper, and okay, yes, they do roast their own, Keith, and it is Keith, not Ryan. They do roast their own coffee. There's your answer. Is it Jenny Lynn Esperanza? I can remember, but now I can't find it in the chat. Jenny Lynn. They do roast their own coffee. So it's cool to roast your own coffee, and there's a technique to it. And there's one major chain that I don't like their coffee because of their technique. I feel like that this major chain burns their coffee for consistency. They always push it past, and if you've ever roasted coffee, you're going to know what I'm talking about. They always push it past the second crack. And in roasting coffee, there's a first and second crack, and it's physical. You can hear it with your ears, the beans cracking, and it's part of how you roast coffee. I think they go way too far. It is fun. It is fun to roast your own coffee. And it's interesting. You can get beans from all over the world for really decent money. And comparing to what you're buying at the grocery store, or I've got some I've got some coffee I ordered in this week from Lumna Acres. I don't know how many of y'all might know Lumna Acres. It's a homesteading channel on here. They're in New Hampshire. They got a 500-acre homestead in New Hampshire. And it's Al and Gina Lumna. Lumah, I think. Something along those lines. But anyway, I ordered some of their coffee this week. I've had some of the Farm to Table Direct Shows coffee. It's good stuff. Y'all, I had no gripes. It's gone. It went quick. So Dina has a what do you call that machine where an espresso machine that she gets her coffee through, and I have a bun brew. Actually, I've got a commercial bun for it's more than I need for here at home, but I got a good deal on it. I bought it at a garage sale, brand new. Still had the tape wrapped around the plug, the factory sticker wrapped around the safety sticker wrapped around the plug from being made, and I got it for $20. So I can't gripe. Just out of curiosity, how does everyone like their coffee roasted? Light, medium, or dark? Light to medium. Medium's my favorite, is my choice. And Duncan family agrees with me. Light to medium. Another time, welcome in, Linda. Glad you're in here. Hey, here for a bit. We are glad you're here. What's Rebecca saying? Y'all, I try to keep up with the chat. I'm really sorry to say I have never had coffee to drink in my life. Rebecca, don't be sorry. Just because we drink coffee don't mean you have to be like us. I like coffee. My grandma used to take her medication with coffee, and I was like, how in the world does she do that? That hot coffee. How in the world could you take your medication with it? And Red Dirt Rooster Road votes for light, medium to dark. Clyde likes his dark. I know how he likes his. Anyway, now I take my medication with coffee from time to time. I'm not on as much coffee as I used to be, though. I love coffee flavoring anytime. I can drink coffee right now and go to bed here in just a little bit and not bother me. But I have been backing off the coffee. You know, you guys, some of y'all know we did this cleanse. We've done a couple of them lately. And we just wrapped one up a couple weeks ago. And in that cleanse, it's 16 days with no coffee at all. And I didn't really get that caffeine headache the second time like I got the first one. The first one like killed me getting off caffeine. So I've decided I don't ever want to get back on caffeine that way. I will drink a lot of coffee. Love coffee ice cream. Yummy. Yes, Karen, I would say that'd be good. But so anyway, I'm not having coffee every morning anymore, and I'm definitely not having 1 to 2 pots a day like I was. I have been trying to drink the mint teas we grow. Love coffee, but then there is the blood pressure thing. See, I don't have a problem with the blood pressure. I thought I did, and I don't. For those who like medium, Ryan highly recommends the blonde coffee. I do love that, Jack. Awesome cleanse is good for the body. Janae, this thing was a parasite cleanse. And wow, it was a cleanse. I didn't do everything they said to do. I did all of the things I was supposed to put in my body, and I didn't put anything in there I wasn't supposed to put in. But some of the other ritual stuff they want to do around it, phooey on that. I'm a Christian, and I'm not practicing waving sage smoke around my house to do whatever it's supposed to do. I didn't even pay attention to what it's supposed to do. Mint teas are so great. Are great too. Yes, they are. Well, Lori, I guess we have something in common. There's nothing wrong with tea. I I've got some teas from Herbalife I'm going to try. It's supposed to help with energy, and we'll see how that goes. I don't know if y'all can tell, this shirt getting baggy on me, y'all. 57, 50, 58, 59 pounds, somewhere right in there now I've lost. And the cleanse was just part of that. Just part of that. Not the cleanse wasn't really designed to lose weight. It was to help our body be healthy. The body is a petri dish lemon. Amazing, keeps parasites, worms at bay, and great for cellular quench. Drink with straw best energy and cellular quench. I do like lemons. I like to eat the lemon peel even. Most people don't, but I like the lemon peel. Hit the like button. Yes, thank you, Farm to Table. Definitely, y'all. Please hit the like button. Or, yeah, Farm to Table, put that up there. Thank you, Simple Acre, for the great job you wrote up there. Thank you, everyone, for chiming in on the coffee preference. Thank you, Lori. I could lose well over 100, and I was over. Listen, I was at 345 pounds. I'm in the 280s now for the first time in years, many years. So just getting into the 280s, and if I can do it, I promise you can do it. Anybody that you just got to put your mind to it, trust God, and go with it. While I'm saying trust God, we got 12 minutes left. I'm not going to run late like I do with the open mic we do once a month. Everyone have a great and blessed week. Lori, thank you for being in here. We love you. Appreciate all the support you give us. Guys, if you got any prayer requests, please. Yes, sir. Amenius? Is that you have an anonymous prayer request? Am I reading that right? Amenius. Have a good week. Awesome. Another time says. So let me look over my notes again. Promote Farm to Table Direct Show. You guys, they're going to be talking about themselves this week. Should be a great deal. And the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous, that's what I have in my notes. We talked about that just in case. I moved my mouse has got something popping up here just because I was putting my mouse in the wrong spot. Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous, September the 27th and 28th, McAllister, Oklahoma, Southeastern Expo Center. Y'all, it's right west out of McAllister. I've got an Airbnb already in McAllister. Hope we see some of you guys there. Come up, shake your hand, shake my hand. I'll hug you. I like to hug. Come say hi to Dina and I, and we'll have our sons there. Let's have a cup of coffee. And Smiley Matthews, I think, is coming for at least part of it. That's their anniversary weekend too. So we might not be able to catch up to them as long as we want, but if they make it, we'll be blessed. If they don't, we'll still be blessed because we know them. Thank you for joining. Please place your prayer request in the chat at this time. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Joyfield Janae. Prayer request. I haven't typed anything in the chat tonight because I'm doing everything that Dina and I normally do together. Continued recovery. Let's see. Please pray for my continued recovery. I laid my semi-truck in a ditch this last Wednesday. I'm okay, just beat up pretty good. Ryan, good gravy. I know where you're at, buddy. I've laid one over myself. We'll write that down, Ryan. I laid one over at 7 miles an hour. I was unloading some stuff they call rhyolite that we use for a binder to build roads. And stuff super, super heavy, and the road caved out from underneath my rear tires, and it rolled me over. And it is a shock. I didn't even know that's what was happening. Hey, Money Pit, welcome in. Glad you're in here. Hey, don't be sorry you're late. You made it. You're on time. I didn't make it to yours, buddy. 2 weeks in a row, and I'm very sorry for that. But, life happens. Hi, Donald and Lisa. Everybody's saying hi to Money Pit. Now, my rollover was, 5, maybe 6 years ago. I didn't get hurt at all. They didn't force me. They begged me to go to the doctor. The county commissioner was standing there, and he's like, please go to the doctor and get checked out. And then, of course, Dina was on the phone, and Dina's like, yes, go to the doctor. So I went to the doctor, and they checked me all over, and I had seatbelt bruise and things like that. Nothing major. But this wreck we had last June, where we got hit in our driveway, we're still dealing with that stuff. And I'm gonna put my prayer request out there. I was talking about this earlier. I had consultation Friday at the VA for a hip procedure. I canceled that for a funeral, and I can't reschedule that till February. That's as soon as I can get back in. And guys, February's a long time off. My hips are not in that good a shape, so I'm going to go outside of the VA to a private doctor and see what I can get done. So I want prayers about that. If y'all don't mind praying for me. Life happens, but we still love Don and Lisa, and we will visit their channel and make our rounds. Yes, we will. Y'all check out Money Pit Homestead. It's a great channel. Donald reads a Bible verse every morning. I almost hesitate to tell y'all this next part. Almost hesitate. I can't. I'm not good at holding stuff in. I think God's dealing with me to do a live every morning and to read the Bible. And that means I'm going to have to do it at 4 a.m. Now, whether some of you guys catch it or watch it on a replay, I'm going to see if I can't do it. I think it's to encourage others to get in the Bible every day and to encourage me to get in the Bible more. I do a prayer every morning. I do the Redneck Weather Report. All of you guys know that. Most of you guys know that. But I need to do more for God. And I know that. And that was something that he laid on my heart today. Pray about it, Jack. Bless you and Dina. Thank you, Janae. I am praying about it. And here's my thoughts. And y'all quickly give me feedback if you don't mind. We got about 6 minutes. A couple minutes, we're going to jump into the prayer. Here's my thoughts. There's 31 books in Proverbs. There's one book of Proverbs to read every day of the month. So tomorrow's the 19th, right? Am I right? Am I right? Let me look. Tomorrow's the 19th of August. So I would read Proverbs 19 through and through. Doesn't take that long. Little bit of prep work in the front end. Read the Proverbs. Maybe a little discussion. I got my Bibles right here. I've got the David Jeremiah study Bible, so you get a lot of notes. I don't know you guys. Lots of commentary notes at the bottom. I will give you this caution about commentary notes and just trusting everything. You can't trust everything man put in there. Trust the Bible 100% and verify what man put in there by your own study in the Bible. We just pulled in at home. Have a wonderful evening. Hey, thank y'all, Monty and Michelle, for joining us. I would watch even if it's on a replay. Thank you. I appreciate that. Proverbs is a great book of wisdom, and that's the whole part. Proverbs gives us daily wisdom, chapter by chapter, and that's my whole thought is I could do that. Thank you, Janae. That was actually my dad's Bible, and I was fortunate enough to inherit it after he went home to be with Jesus. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to get emotional tonight. Whew. So we've got 4 minutes left. Any last minute prayer request? And I hope I haven't missed any in the chat. I've been trying to keep up. But if you have them, say them out loud. Pray to God for yourself. He loves to hear your voice as much as he loves to hear my voice. But I'm going to give it 1 more minute, and then we'll jump into what prayer request I've written down. I haven't written a whole bunch down. I had some already. Guys, I'm going to pray about the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous. I'm going to call it OHR. OHR. Hopefully I'll remember what OHR is when I get to it. Thank you, Janae, for doing all that you do behind the scenes as a moderator for us. You've done great tonight, and we appreciate it. Thank every one of y'all for joining us. All right, guys, join me with a closing prayer. Father, we just love you and praise you, and we thank you so much for loving us and for this community that we were fortunate enough to discover. Lord, I feel like you've led us to this community. Lord, we just want to bring our concerns and our needs to you tonight. Lord, lift up Clyde for healing of his ankle, and may that recover for him quickly, Lord, that he's back on 2 feet. I know he's like me, Lord. He's got to go to work tomorrow. Lord, I pray for Stacy and her headache and sore throat, that is a fleeting thing and it's gone come morning. And Lord, I pray for Dina and her struggles today and her health. And I just pray that I just want to lift my beautiful bride up to you, Lord. She's such a blessing to me, and I pray that she is 100% the woman of God I know she is in her feelings and her health completely. I want to lift up Lloyd Epperson's family, Lord. They lost Lloyd this week, and it's a tough thing to lose a loved one. Lord, Lloyd was a great man of God, and I know it. I know his heart, and I know he's with you. So we're not sad he's gone. We just miss him, and I know his family's got a hole in it, Lord, and I want you to fill that hole. Lord, I lift up Joe Matthews. Joe has been all the way around the block with this medical, Lord. He's had all kinds of problems and close to getting this done and that done, and just to be relapsed back for another problem, Lord. This infection in his body and the surgeries and things he needs. And Lord, I just pray Joe would recover in your will and just be a whole man again, Lord. He's got so many problems. Lord, I lift up Rebecca and her family for the loss of their sister. And Lord, you know how that just leaves a hole in them. Just hug them, Lord. Hold them in your loving arms. Just cradle them. Lord, Ryan, for this accident he had, Lord, just heal his body, give him full recovery with no side effects and no lasting problems. Lord, just be with Ryan and help him continue to grow in you. And Lord, thank you for all you do. Lord, we'll lift up the Oklahoma Homestead Rendezvous, and specifically Chris and Dodge Thompson. We want to lift them up for their hearts that you've given them for this, to share in our community and across the whole homesteading gamut, Lord. We just love you and praise you. We thank you for the ability to jump on YouTube and do this kind of stuff. We just ask all this in your holy, precious Son's name, Jesus Christ. Amen. So, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with us. I went a minute over 8 o'clock. I was planning on trying to be done exactly at 8. Hey, thank you, Farm to Table Direct. I'm reading it there. You guys, each and every one of you guys on here mean a lot to us. We appreciate all the support. Hug them, Lord, and hold them all. Yes. What do we say? Farm Direct says, God bless each one of you. May the Lord bless and keep you all. May he place a hedge of protection around you all. God bless the USA again. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys, like I was saying, mean a ton to us. We appreciate each and every one of you guys and love each and every one of you guys. You may ask yourself, how can I love you and I don't even know you? I love you because I know God created you. Hug them, Lord, and hold them all of our communities as we learn together, and thank you for the fellowship. Amen. Yes, Joyfield, Janae. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'm sorry that y'all got deprived of Dina because she's a lot better to look at than I am. So God bless y'all. And until next time, good Lord willing, I'll get up in the morning and we'll tackle this new adventure of Proverbs. So God bless y'all. See you on the next one. And now I'm going to hit end stream. You got to hit it.